Welcome to part 2 of Relationships with Zuki M1. If you guys haven't seen part 1, make sure to hit the annotation at the top of the screen. If you don't feel like it, I can also leave a link in the description, a lot too. Whatever is easier for you, and as long as you check out the video or whatever. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys there. On to the different types of friendships. So I just went over like a best friend type of thing, where a person you hang out with regularly. Let's talk about like party friends, associates, co-workers, stuff like that, right? Those can all kind of fit into the same thing. So when it comes to those types of things, those are people that it's a 50-50 chance that they could be more than just what they are. So for instance, you ever met a person through another person and then you became more tighter with the person that you met through that person than you were with the initial person that introduced you? That happens sometimes because of the quality of the relationship. So just because you knew somebody longer does not mean that the relationship will be stronger. Time does not equal strength in relationship. Please remember that. That is a very important factor because that held me back for a very long time. I kept relying on the fact that me and Mike knew each other for 12 years. It's about 15 years now, but regardless, I knew him for about 12 years and we were in my eyes, we were best friends. But I should have realized sooner that he was always just somebody who didn't appreciate me and only saw me as a lackey, right? Somebody who he can talk down to and treat like shit and will always be there because my confidence was low, right? I didn't see the value in myself. I didn't know what I brought to the table. So because of that, I allowed him to treat me and say whatever he wanted to me because I didn't know what I was bringing, right? So for years, I allowed him to abuse me until I was finally smart enough and realized I have a lot to bring to the table. And I have a lot to offer in a relationship. I don't have to take this type of abuse, nor am I going to take this type of abuse. And I stopped, right? I just stopped. There was no reason for me to continue to take that type of abuse, and I cut it off. So 12 years of friendship flushed down the toilet, but hey, I can tell you one thing. My life became exponentially better when I let him go. And I know that's hard to hear for some people because you think to yourself, but I've known this person for so long. How can I just let it go? Think about everything that you've lost from being in a friendship with this individual. If it weighs more than what you've ever gained from being in a friendship with this person, it's not worth, Chief. Trust me, it's not worth. And again, you might be hearing the whole gains and loss type of thing again, but let me tell you, a friendship should not cost you everything to be friends with. So if I am a person who's putting in time, effort, money into this relationship and all you do is just put in time, is it really worth? Right? I don't care if you only got time and effort. Trust, that's how people get paid. Nigga, that's a paycheck. When you go to work, that's just time and effort. That's why we get paid when we go to work. But if I'm putting in time, effort, money, and all you give up is just time, oh no, what am I doing? Oh no, baby. Oh no. Right? Like that. Like listen to that. Right? You're giving up so much to being in a relationship with this individual, and they're not giving you anything in return. So, it's just not worth. It's not worth. So back to the point at hand. When you meet certain individuals, sometimes you can have a closer relationship than the person who introduced you to them. That's fine. When that happens, that means that the quality of the relationship is stronger than the original relationship. Does that mean that your relationship with the original individual become weaker? No. It just means that you vibe a lot more with this other person. You guys are on the same frequency. You know what I mean? Like, you guys feel each other better than the other individual. And I know that sounds kind of weird for some of you guys. That's fine. Just know that when it comes to energies and vibing with individuals, there are certain frequencies that people emanate. And sometimes it's like, whoa, magic, right? And then other times it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Same thing with anime. Sometimes you see a raw ass fight scene that everybody gets hyped about, and you're like, that was pretty cool. Then at other times you might see something that was so amazing, but nobody else feels it, except maybe like one other person. Sometimes that's all you need, is that one other person, and now boom, y'all vibing. You feel me? So it's that simple. Sometimes it really is. So don't associates can be like that, and then sometimes they are just people that you say what's good to, and that's fine. You know that when you see them, you can be cordial, and sometimes you hang out with them, and sometimes you don't, right? So if they have this big old event or big old party and you don't get invited, don't be offended, because they don't really know you like that. You can go out of your way to try to get to know them better, but then there you are, putting in more effort than the other individual. If they're not putting forth that much effort to get to know you, then, you don't have to put in so much effort to get to know them. That being said, obviously, if you feel like there might be something there, then you can put a little effort into it just to see if it blossoms into something else. But don't put so much of yourself into it to the point where you seem anxious or thirsty or just desperate to be friends with this individual. Don't do that to yourself or to the people around you, because then they start talking and they make you the butt of everybody's jokes. So, yeah, just a word of caution. I've been there. That's why I am sharing the message. I've definitely been desperate to try to make friends with people who I thought was really, really cool. And it bit me in the ass. I learned my lesson. And I said, if the person doesn't feel me like how I feel them, then whatever, I can't get mad about people not vibing with me. Maybe my frequency was off. Who knows? But they just not fucking with me. So it is what it is. And that's associates and co-workers and stuff like that, because certain co-workers will fuck with you heavy, right? To the point where they like, hey, what you doing after work? Or, hey, you trying to go to this thing? Or, hey, you trying to do this, right? Embrace that. But then you also got coworkers that's just cordial at work. Hey, what's good? Yo, did you see this new movie? Hey, blah, blah, blah. Yo, what's good? Happy holidays, right? And that's fine too. Don't go out of your way to try to be friends with somebody at work, because sometimes that can also bite you in the ass. I've been a person who has been way too open in the past at work, shared a lot of shit with a lot of different people, thinking it wouldn't bite me in the ass, and then they use that same information I shared with them as a weapon to use against me. So just be careful, again, about who you try to forge a relationship with, because sometimes they can bite you in the ass. So you just got to have a good choice of character when it comes to associates and things of that nature. And now the last, but to a lot of people, the most important topic, and that is non-platonic relationships, aka a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything in between. All right, so when it comes to relationships, long distance, and close-up relationships are very, 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 very different. So we're going to do in-person relationships first, and then we're going to do long distance. So in the in-person relationship, you have people who are able to physically see their significant other at any point in time throughout the week. Yet, if you are not making time for this individual, then we have a big problem on our hands. Because there are literally no excuses for why you cannot see your significant other. And I cannot stress that enough. So, in a relationship, your significant other expects to see or interact with you at least 2 to 3 times out of the week. At least. And that's not if they're clingy or needy. Because then that's like 7 days out of the week. Right? And you mean to tell me that work and or school is consuming so much of your life that you can't make time for your significant other? Then that means you don't deserve a relationship right now. You don't need a relationship right now. You are too busy for any of that, right? You're busy on school. You're busy on work. There's no time for social interaction. So why would you tell this person that you will commit time out of your life to spend with them, right? Don't set yourself up for failure. Only enter a relationship when you are ready to be in a relationship. I cannot stress that enough. Because a lot of people rush into relationships, don't know shit about the other person, and end up miserable, right? And if you're in a small town, sometimes you rush into marriage and end up broke because of it. I like, man, don't do that to yourself. Live your life. Go out there, meet people, explore, try new things. Get your feet wet with experience that you've never experienced before. When you are ready for a relationship, trust me, it's going to fall in your lap. You won't even believe it. You're going to turn around and you're like, damn, I can't believe I'm in a relationship. Right? And it won't feel like it's force. It won't feel like it's rust. And you definitely won't feel like, man, why am I in a relationship with this person? Right? So, the key thing to take away from this part right here is don't enter a relationship if you're not ready. And the reason why I started off with that is because a lot of people go to be in relationships that they're just not ready for it, whether it's mentally, physically, or just time-wise. Right? They just don't have the capacity to be in a relationship, yet they are desperate to be in one, just so they can feel validated or just so they can have the feeling of being loved. You don't need that type of validation from somebody else. You need to love yourself first. Then you can go seek that validation from someone else. Right? If you still need it at that point. Because honestly, I didn't love myself at one point. And I was always constantly seeking validation from others. And then I eventually started to love myself. Now I don't need anyone's validation. I'm good. I'm confident. I can walk into a crowd. I can walk up to the baddest bitch and tell her, hey, you look good, shawty. What's up? Right? And I'm not scared to do that. Even if she turns me down or rejects me harsh, I'm still good because I love me and I love who I am. So nothing she can say in or do will change that about me. Sorry, right? But yeah, those are super important to realize. Don't enter a relationship until you're ready. The next one is, let's say you do have time. You only work or you only go to school, right? So you got time for your significant other. But you feel claustrophobic because they're so clingy. They're always with me. They're always talking to me. They're always calling. They're always texting. Oh my God, I'm so bored. Okay, so let's get into it. You enter a relationship with this other individual with the hopes of trying to find out what that relationship will turn out to be. Yet you don't want to do any of the maintenance required to be in a relationship. So you don't want to call. You don't want to text. You don't want to spend time with them. You would rather be on your console and or on computer. And you don't want to do anything at all with them. You would rather hang out with your friends. And this is not me directing this just to guys. So guys, don't feel like I'm attacking you. I'm directing this to both parties because both parties are guilty of doing this to each other, right? So in those situations, why did you want to be in a relationship again? From the sounds of things, it sounds like you still want to be single. There's no reason for you to get into a relationship unless, again, you are out here trying to seek validation. And your validation here in this particular situation was, I have a boyfriend. What you got? Oh, you still single, right? You ain't got nobody to cuddle with you at night? You ain't got nobody to cuddle with you at night. You're not even there with them. You with your friends, bragging about how you got a man at home. Right? How you out here bragging about something when you're not even spending time with that somebody? That don't make any sense. Like, don't do that. Go spend time with that person. Right? Turn that motherfucking, you can play the game at any point in time of the day. Or any other time of the week. Why you choose the time that you spending with your girl that you want to play the game? Right? Like, come on guys. Come on ladies. Y'all can do better. You guys are better. If you're going to be in a relationship, make sure you commit the time and effort and communication to make it stronger. Remember that stuff that I was talking about earlier with your parents and mentors and friends? That shit applies here in the relationship aspect too. So if you're not giving them time, effort, and communicating, that relationship will never get stronger. It's only going to get weaker. And then you're going to lose the love. It's just that simple. Alright. Now, on to the one that is the most difficult to do. Long distance relationships. Alright. So in a long distance relationship, the most important thing to maintain a long distance relationship, whether it's friends or girlfriend or boyfriend or anything in between, is, I'm going to give you a chance to guess. Go ahead. Did you guess it? No? It's communication. Okay. So, in a relationship, communication is always at the forefront of every single one, right? But in a long distance relationship, it's even that much more important. So, using myself as an example, I myself is in a long distance relationship. The reason why our long distance relationship has worked and neither of us has wanted to quit, and mind you, we have been dating successfully for 3 years, right? The reason why our long distance relationship works is because I communicate everything. I cannot stress this enough. I literally commute everything with this individual. And I am on the phone with this individual every day. I'm texting this individual every day. I do not stop. Whether I'm out with friends, whether I'm out on the job, whether I'm creating content, or whether I'm on the live stream, I still keep communication with this person. And I'm actively talking to this person. I'm actively checking on this person. Because I know that if this relationship is to work, we need to make it feel like there's no distance between us and we are literally right next door to each other. So when we do see each other, it don't feel abnormal, or strange, or anything like that, because our communication is so fucking strong. It's like we're sitting in a room talking to each other. Right? Some people aren't built for that. A lot of people aren't built for that, actually. And that's perfectly fine. Know what you're capable of. I'm capable of that because I know that this person cares about me, and what I get from this relationship, I know for a fact I can't get anywhere else. So I'm willing to put in the time, the effort, the energy, the money. Literally all of my resources are all in on this relationship because I'm willing to bet it all that it's going to work out. So that's my guide on relationships. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, check out my channel by hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button. And if you guys really enjoyed the content, then maybe consider hitting the join button down there as well, and supporting the channel directly. We have 3 tiers, a lot of exclusive perks, emotes, and things of that nature. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, you can definitely check it out. And yeah, that is it. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna plug in my stream here too. I also stream on YouTube and Twitch, so if you guys are interested at all, I normally stream every day. There are a couple days that I don't stream, but most of the time I stream every single day, right? During this injury, I have taken a little bit more time to focus on healing and stuff like that, so I haven't been streaming as consistently, but I normally stream every day, so don't worry. And yeah, that's it. What do I say at this part? Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, peace out for now. Yeah, peace.